Peace and love, everybody. This is Young Nas from iGotOptions LLC, and in this video I want to talk about 3 things that can help significantly affect the value of your option contract. Right, so in this video I'm just going to briefly go over 3 things that can make your option contract more valuable. Right, so with that being said, the first thing that I'll go over is delta. Alright, now if you don't know what delta is, I made a video about it in the past, but just to sum it up, it's basically a measurement that tells you how much more valuable your option can be. Alright, now that's not the exact definition of what delta is, so I still recommend that you do some research to get a better understanding of it. And moving forward, assuming that you do know the true definition of delta, as options traders, we want our delta to be as high as possible. Alright, we don't want to have option contracts that have a low number of delta, because that basically means, alright, for every dollar the stock goes up, the value of your option is going to go up just a little bit. But if we have a high number of delta, then that's going to make our option potentially more valuable. Alright, so as a result of that, that's going to cause your option contract to cost more. Alright, so that's why you'll notice that in the money options, right, they're not only expensive due to intrinsic value, but they're also expensive because they have high delta. Alright, so that's something you should write down. Alright, now the second thing that makes your option contract more valuable, I just mentioned it, is intrinsic value. Now, intrinsic value, just think of this as like insurance for your option contract. So let's say you buy a car, right, and it has intrinsic value. So what that intrinsic value can do is, if your option contract starts to go against you, that intrinsic value can mitigate that loss. That way you won't be losing too much money. So as a result, that's going to make your option contract more valuable and more expensive. Now the last thing that I'll go over that can help significantly make your option more valuable is implied volatility. Implied volatility is honestly a menace to society, alright? Especially when earnings season starts coming around. Implied volatility as an options trader can be your greatest ally or your greatest adversary, alright? Because if your option contract has a high number of implied volatility, then the price of that contract is going to be crazily expensive. Now, vice versa, if an option contract has a low number of implied volatility, it's going to be pretty cheap, alright? And remember, if you don't know what implied volatility is, you have to think of it as a number that represents demand for an option. So if there's a lot of people that want to buy one option in particular, naturally that's going to make it more valuable. So people are going to have to spend more money as the demand for that option increases, alright? And vice versa. It's basically like supply and demand, alright? So with that being said, those are 3 factors that can significantly affect the value of an option contract, alright? Peace.